If you compare Bitcoin with the central finance system at the moment, I can guarantee you that the energy that they actually consume is way higher than the Bitcoin network. On the 21st century, I believe that it's going to be digital assets. This shift of economical patterns is actually one of the primary ways that capitalist economy has to distribute wealth. The three characteristics of an asset, the main ones are durability, scarcity, limit of supply, and the social agreement. And at the moment, social agreement it's trending into digital assets.
Hello, wonderful people. We're in Dubai this week, meeting the most wonderful people who are working in blockchain and crypto space and who are based in Dubai. Today with us, we have Victor. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for taking the time out of your very, very busy schedule of running New Tribe Capital, an early stage crypto investment fund with over $100 million under management. Tell me how you got here. Like, what got you interested in crypto? You're dedicating, 20 hours of your day to support crypto startups, invest into them. But what got you into crypto, and what did you do before that? Tell me about your journey.
So I started in the crypto space in 2014, June. I was in the US on holidays, and a friend of mine showed me Silk Road. He was using the Tor browser to enter, and he was telling me that he was buying some stuff there, and I found it like, this is really, really dodgy at first, and I was like, no, what is this? I buy this through Bitcoin. I'm like, really? So this is the first touch that I had with Bitcoin. Fast forward that 5-6 years, my background is real estate as well. And I used to buy apartments that they had a very good potential, but they were in a very bad situation, and I was able to see that, refurbish them, and then resell them or rent them. And in 2019, I was about to buy another apartment in Dubai, and then the COVID crisis hit, and I decided to put that money in a different place. In this time was full on crypto. I understood more or less that it was not only Silk Road, there are many other use cases. And then when I started really, really getting into it, everything went amazingly well. I obviously made money and went into mining as well. Mm-hmm. So I actually have some devices in Russia. Through that, I got into contact with other people, and which together we form VC. Later on, and our VC, we call it VC because it's the institutional name that this investment fund has, but our VC, New Tribe Capital, is actually more of a family VC. So we chose to do it together, and we see the value on not only providing capital to new startup, but also providing support. So I don't know if you've had the chance to hear about what we do, but whenever there is a project that needs our help, we go above and beyond to whatever. If we need to help with tokenomics, we help.
Yeah, so I know this first-hand experience. I'm so grateful for all the support that you're providing for my companies and for my projects that I'm working on and that I'm supporting. Very, very grateful. Could not be more grateful for all your help.
We believe in karma, so I think all of us, we are just a group of nice people that we saw the potential of something, we invested, we got the money, and we're happy to help build further the ecosystem.
And do you think that's the future of investments? Do you think projects are not looking just for money, they're looking money and a lot of help?
Support, exactly. So about a year and a half ago, when New Tribe was formed, our vision was to invest in people. So whenever we have a project, we actually have multiple calls with the founders. We understand if it's solving a problem in the ecosystem. And later on, we we don't really incubate them, but we support them as much as possible. It could be with centralized exchanges, could be with launch pads, it could be with fundraising, whatever. Because at the end of the day, if you're investing money in a project, it's because you believe in the project, you want that project to succeed, and obviously providing as much help as possible. It doesn't really cost a lot of time and effort. So when if you do it with multiple projects, obviously it's a different story. But
I can imagine. So how many companies do you have in your portfolio?
At the moment, we invest in over 150 startups.
Wow.
We're actually supporting one of your projects, which is Cross the Ages, which, as you already know, it's a metaverse free-to-play game. My team had the chance to meet Sami, the CEO, during one of the crypto conference, and they were extremely impressed by his vision. And they have a team of 65 artists, if I'm not mistaken.
It's 70 now.
70 now, see, and over 130 people working for the project to make it a reality. Yeah, very exciting. We also have another one called FOTA, Fight of the Ages, which is a multiplayer online battle arena RPG game, and they actually starting their NFT sale very soon. With regards to DeFi, we invested in Portal DeFi, which is a decentralized finance platform, which blends the best of Bitcoin with Layer 2. They enable decentralized peer-to-peer censorship resistance application in the Bitcoin network. Doesn't get any better than that.
I understand that economics is your big passion. You like digging into history, you like digging into the economics part of it, economics part of it. Tell me more about that. Why? Why is that?
So history tells us that there is a shift in economic structure over the centuries. Maybe happens once every 100 years. And if we pay a little bit of attention, in the 17th century, in the 18th century, for example, it was farmland. In the 19th century, it was factories. On the 20th century, it was stocks and urban real estates. On the 21st century, I believe that it's going to be digital assets. This shift of economical patterns is actually one of the primary ways that a capitalist economy has to distribute wealth. So if you take as an example the strongest economy in the world, US, and you check what's the average net worth individual in that country is about $100,000. Meanwhile, the 1% it's around 10 million. Yeah. So if we assume that each of them gets a 5% ROI a year, over 10 years, the average person that had $100,000 will get, after 10 years, $163,000. However, someone that had 10 million will get 16 million. Before those 10 years, the difference was only 9.9 million. But after 9 years, it's actually 15.9 million. So that's an increase of 60%. So why I'm very bullish on a change of economical structure is because we can see that. We can see that there is a trend happening, and digital assets replacing physical ones is an inevitable trend that is going to happen during the 21st century.
Okay, so do you see a big wealth transfer happening as well when it comes to basically a normal individual like you and I, professional people? Do you recommend as many people get involved as early as possible?
So neither me, neither any of my partners, we give financial advice. But what I've done over the years, it's actually created a little army of individual. I don't know if you watched the movie Pay It Forward.
I've heard of the concept, but I haven't seen the movie.
So it's actually a movie that kind of has a boy who decides to have a project with giving 3 favors to different individuals, and then these 3 people gives also favors to other ones, and it spreads around the world. So my idea was to have, not my idea, but just like, I've been given so much in the space that providing to other members of the community was actually that I thought it was right to do. We don't give financial advice, but I personally give, like whatever knowledge I have, I share. And in Dubai, we have a group of friends and colleagues that they do the same thing. So whenever someone wants to get into crypto, they actually go for a coffee, they meet them, and then we hope that this person, once they get the knowledge, will also spread it. The potential of our space is massive. We're just getting started, the way I see it. We cannot obviously avoid the rich investing in digital assets, but we can lower the tier for people that their income is not so big, so they can actually as well invest, and it's something that it's amazes us.
back in 2016, 2017, I was actually taking the phones of my friends and I was manually onboarding them into Bitcoin. But it is quite a difficult job to manually onboard individuals. I mean, because there's only this many coffees you can have a day, right? So do you see a path, for example, maybe gamify? Do you see that industry as a path towards digital assets adoption? Because there's so many gamers, they all have friends, the friends of the friends have friends, they're playing a game, they're earning, let's say they're earning valuable NFTs and then they're trading it for crypto. So do you think that's an adoption path potential?
Well, the gaming industry without the crypto is massive. So eventually it will evolve to all crypto space. So do I believe that is going to be a good path for transition and adoption? For sure. But I think not only gaming, DeFi as well. DeFi is a massive industry that is booming at the moment. Why? Because there is a race for innovation that doesn't happen with traditional finance. So anything that comes into the space, it's actually, it's a race to see which one is going to be having the best project and the best product. And
are you concerned about the DeFi projects? Because sometimes I get super concerned.
Well, my only concern is the regulation. I would think, like if you have a project that is succeeding and is safe and secure and provide good value for the users, and then it comes an entity who comes and try to block the project in their own legislation, it's one of my concerns.
Do you think the regulators have any power to ban or prohibit a DeFi project?
In terms of the average person, they do, because for example, the miners were able to migrate. It took them 3-4 months to connect all the devices. Now, today, in fact, the difficulty rate in Bitcoin just hit an all-time high just today. So, in terms of people with means, it's a different story, but the average person, when a regulator comes and says, okay, you cannot do leverage trading in Germany, then the average person that was actually very good at leverage trading gets affected. And then it will have to either move to a different country or not. So I think...
Or use a VPN, maybe?
Or use a VPN.
Probably, not
but we don't use VPNs for things that they are illegal,
yes,
right?
Absolutely. Never heard of a VPN in my life. You care about the environmental situation a lot. I know you try to do your best to recycle and to otherwise be, a good citizen of the earth. Bitcoin mining, it's using so much of the electricity, and some people are absolutely concerned that Bitcoin mining will boil the oceans. Where do you stand on that?
So number one, all the Bitcoin that I mine it with renewable energy, and it's energy that wouldn't get used otherwise. So when a country like Russia has a surplus of energy, that's where normally Bitcoin miners go and produce Bitcoin there. If you compare Bitcoin with the central finance system at the moment, I can guarantee you that the energy that they actually consume is way higher than the Bitcoin network.
For sure.
And way cheaper. Like to rent a branch in the US for banking, it's about $600,000. So renting a space in a place for Bitcoin mining is comparatively much cheaper than that.
Okay, so you're not that concerned, and you think those concerns are exaggerated to scare people, or exaggerated for what purpose?
I think it's more than anything. I think maybe there are some second interest. I don't know, maybe there is people that don't want early stage individuals to get into our ecosystem. But as I said before, in history there are changes of trends, and over the year we can see that it's happening now. So I don't get married to any coin. Obviously, we don't marry, but we can see the future of projects that they actually performing very well. And Bitcoin as a digital asset It's obviously number one, and will continue being the number one for years to come. Obviously, we cannot say it's going to be forever, but the three characteristics of an asset, the main ones are durability, scarcity, limit of supply, and the social agreement. And at the moment, social agreement, it's trending into digital assets. And if you want to get now or 20 years later, it's going to be up to you. But at least we like to perhaps share our knowledge and our vision with the people around us.
Absolutely, and the more people get in, the more thriving ecosystem we have. For example, the projects that I'm advising and supporting, we're struggling to find employees. We're struggling to find people to actually meet the demand. So we welcome everyone to come and try themselves in the crypto space. I think it's a really, really exciting industry. I live and breathe crypto and I absolutely love it. I can't imagine, ever going back to the office working 9 to 5.
Neither could I as well. I would hate it. I don't like the idea of being in an office now from 9 to 5, sometimes even longer, doing the same thing every time. This is one of the things that being institutional fund gives the chance to actually meet and greet projects, which opens your eyes suddenly with huge ideas, and you can actually meet amazing people as well.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your time, and we will include all the details about the new Tribe Capital, how to get in touch with you, how to pitch to you, so all the amazing projects that are watching us right now can send you their decks.
Thank you so much, Irina, for having me. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much.